Among the most optimistic cryptocurrency ventures in this market at the moment must be XRP. Furthermore, it's not even comparable, in my opinion. No, it's this project or that project, a lot of people say. And that's all right. Although everyone has different views, I fail to see how anything can compare to XRP at this time. I want to cover a lot of ground in this video. In fact, I want to emphasize how optimistic cryptocurrency is at the moment while simultaneously drawing attention to XRP. Just getting started, correct? The case of XRP right here. Let's go back to the moment the XRP lawsuit was initially announced. Additionally, I want you all to know that from December 2020, we have been looking at monthly candles here. We would have received the announcement 5 years ago this year. It would have been 5 years in December. 4 years and 6 months have passed. Consider how absurd that is. XRP has been under pressure for 4 years, 4.5 years, and 4.5 years. Since the case is essentially over, I emphasize this. We will discuss that, but I also want to discuss the old coin market. The alt season has not yet arrived. Even though it's Bitcoin season, XRP is still trading at $2 plus. Consider how optimistic this is. XRP is still trading at over $2. Additionally, we are still in the Bitcoin season and the largest portion of the cycle is still ahead of us, which means that the altcoins will see the biggest movements. Moreover, XRP is still trading at $2 plus, which is crazy. Bitcoin. Since we are still in a Bitcoin season, we must concentrate on the XRP Bitcoin pair while we wait for alt season to formally begin. However, XRP is waiting for a significant break by compressing the XRP Bitcoin pair in this way. This indicates to me that we are preparing for a significant relocation. Since January, we have been preparing for a significant shift. The downturn has now lasted 162 days. For reference only, please. 488 days passed between the July 2023 and November 2023 timeframes, all right? For this, the advance off the low was 406%. I bring this up because we receive a bigger move in a shorter amount of time the longer we trail sideways. We've been moving sideways for 162 days, I'm saying. Just in this wedge. However, we have not yet achieved a new record high. Since the year 2018, we have been brewing in the background. Furthermore, even if we're relying on the highs from 2021, that's from 2021. You must keep in mind that since then we have essentially been moving sideways and in a downward trend. We have more than 1,500 days. That's crazy. The value of XRP will therefore soar when this truly does pop. I mean, really pops over these highs back here. Furthermore, I just shared this post with you all in which I stated that individuals are unaware of the current state of this industry. I just said, higher, much higher. The 25th was the date of it. All right, the market was starting to look a little shaky on the 25th. At this moment, we are located at approximately 3.2 trillion, not too wild. However, what I instructed you people to concentrate on is the primary focus of my attention. We received the M2 supply, which was soaring to new all-time highs. The trade war is slowing down, and I will discuss this as well in a moment. Historical levels of money market funds are still in place. Yes, institutional players. Embrace of cryptocurrencies is booming. Yes. Dominance of Bitcoin is getting closer to macro resistance levels. Yes. Retail interest is at an all-time low according to Google Trends. They're not listening, that's true. New all-time highs for stocks and Bitcoin are just a hair away. And since we just acquired this is what I want to concentrate on at the moment. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 are at all-time highs. They recently achieved fresh all-time highs. This is the appearance of the S&P 500. The peak of 6,173 was around 62. Additionally, this is quite positive. Why? Going off of the July highs was the last time we broke the record for a new all-time high. In September, it was back here. We put up a strong fight after that. The strange part is that cryptocurrency doesn't exactly follow it. In actuality, cryptocurrency lags somewhat. Crypto was therefore trailing behind us as we reached fresh all-time highs. Then it became volatile as we began to catch up. That's precisely what will occur in this situation. We are slightly below the highest point in Bitcoin's history. The majority of ancient coins are still in circulation, whereas stocks recently reached a record high. Additionally, stocks reached a fresh all-time high as the dollar keeps declining. For the dollar, I do anticipate a period similar to this one in which we somewhat sell off, trade higher, and then reach a pleasant higher low. The price behavior that we observed in May and even January of 2021 is quite comparable to this. However, because of the dollar's severe weakness, asset risk should be viewed as an extraordinarily positive opportunity. Right now, no one is listening, and they aren't listening. While XRP is making significant moves, I'll go over some of the major upgrades we recently witnessed, but before I want to be clear, right? Just the other day I discussed the Clarity Act. It's here. Clarity is needed right now. This is from the Financial Services GOP. And they highlighted the post by David Sachs, which I recently featured in a video where we anticipate that the law will be introduced prior to the August recess, marked up during the first week of September and completed by the end of September. By the end of September, we will have both Genius and Clarity passed. I think that's crazy considering it's not even 3 months out yet. 2 months have passed. All right. Rules. Stocks reach new all-time highs. The dollar is very weak. Guys, I mean, this place has such an insane setup. Let's return to my previous statement regarding the trade agreements. All right, everyone was really worried about the trade war and tariffs. We're breaking. Here. The U.S.-China trade agreement was signed 2 days ago, according to U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick. The 24th was the date of this. Shattering. According to President Trump, a trade agreement with China was inked